Thank you very much for this meeting. And I would like to start this meeting with my personal best.
Mm-hmm.
So, uh, I have 3 points that highlight my personal best for a couple of weeks. So, I learned to create an inventory management system. Actually, it's a website using ReactJS and Strapi.
Mm-hmm.
And I realized how powerful Strapi is. To be honest, initially when you asked me to use Strapi, I have no idea what Strapi is. And okay, I just knew that. I just knew that Strapi is used for backend, and so I can create collection types, fields, and etc. But I didn't know the meaning. Oops, okay, search here. The meaning in the in its tagline, which says design API fast. I mean, I didn't know this, and API is uh, one of the most important things in system because it is considered as web service and used in websites. So yeah, and then I will may I show just a little bit
Okay.
Strapi apps. So we'll start the Strapi first. So what I created is the inventory management website, and Apple is just an example
Okay.
because I have no idea. It takes a bit longer than expected. Here it is, and I will try to log in first. And here I have products and stock events, which I can add and remove number of products here. And sorry, this is the website. So this is the home page. So I can create a new product here. For example, iPhone 6. I know it is it's not for production ready, but just for practicing. So if I add that, I can see that there is iPhone 6 here. It was added, and also in Strapi. Oops, I have to refresh it.
So do you use REST API or GraphQL or something else?
It's still a REST API. I mean, I didn't use GraphQL for this. So and then yes, it was added iPhone 6. So in the store, there are, I mean, stuffs are sold. I mean, yeah, there are. It can be removed and added to store. So I can select product, for example, iPhone 6, and I will add, for example, 20. I will choose add, and I will submit this. It will prompt the success, and when I go back to the stock, So it is added 20. The
That's good.
quantity is 20. And I mean, this is not deeply related, but I can submit a file. For example, I will just browse a random wallpaper, and I will upload this. And if I go to media library, I have my image uploaded here. So that is just a couple of this a practice.
It's very good.
And I tried ReactJS, and yeah, it was quite amazing because it was component based. So it was just different to other framework, of course. I mean, when I try to build front end using HTML, of course it is an HTML, but without a framework. I mean, here I use ReactJS as framework, and it's because it was component based. I just import several components, and I can use it whenever I want to use it. I just import the component to the page that I want to use. So just this was my these 3 points were my personal best. And moving to the business best, it is quite old, so just a little bit, but I understood a bit about GraphQL, and at least simple CRUD operation. Like I knew how to use mutation query, but yeah, although I have to admit that I have no experience in using subscription, and I'm looking forward to learning it in upcoming days. And I tried the GraphQL, especially the CRUD operation or CRUD actions, but still unauthenticated, and maybe it will be my next. It will be in my next to-do list to conduct CRUD actions, but authenticated. So, and then I feel personally a bit familiar with web service, especially API. I mean, in this website, the inventory management system, I used Axios, and in previous opportunity, I mean, when I use Postman, it helps a lot with the UI, but I didn't know how to use it in programming or in my code. So for example, just a little example, for example, here I have an asynchronous function. So it has the HTTP method and URL here. So that's why I have to run the backend, so I can fetch the data using the API designed using Strapi. I didn't know this when especially when I use Postman before. So, and then I felt I'm able to explore deeper about GraphQL and Strapi because of the time. Alhamdulillah, my final assessment, it was all finished over in Indonesian. I can say semua sudah selesai, but I mean,
what
I
your
have
final
to
assessment?
every lectures, every lecture.
Okay.
So the project that maybe I have said to you that I have several projects, and I have to be working on, because in upcoming weeks I have to finish it. I'm sorry. That's it. the previous conversation, very old.
Okay.
It was all over, and I think the score card review, I still do not understand about this. I'm sorry. Actually, I tried to look at the others, the others card like this meeting card, but some of them left this section, the scorecard review section, empty. So I still have no idea about this. I'm sorry.
Okay, so you don't have a scorecard yet. Okay, no problem. We can skip that.
Okay, thank you very much.
We can
And
focus
for
on to-dos.
and rock review, I think personally, I think it is on track. And for team member headlines, they are doing very well. And yeah, the chatbot and the ID card extraction are almost done. I mean, both are very close to the final step. And for to-do list, I think I would add the CRUD operation using GraphQL API, but authenticated, maybe. Authenticated. Actually, I tried this, but like, oh, where did I put that? GraphQL. So, oh, it doesn't show. Oh, maybe not this. Wait for a minute. Inside the user, and it has more specific fields inside the role. And have not started. Sorry, I just want to log out, then log in on my real project.
Okay. So when did you learn React?
Pardon me, sir?
When did you learn React?
Actually, so in a lecture in sixth semester, maybe just 1 or 2 months ago, I have been working on React Native, and it brings me the basics. Yeah, just a little bit the basics in ReactJS. So it was personally, I didn't feel much difficulty in learning React, Alhamdulillah. But I found a tutorial, a very good tutorial in YouTube, and yeah, I credit here. So it was from the YouTube of Alex Entrepreneur.
Okay.
Yeah, I added here, and if I forgot to show this, but yeah, it can redirect to my, the blog, our blog.
Yeah.
And of course to GitHub, and I created a repository of this project, practice project in my GitHub.
Okay.
But I have front end and back end separated. So yeah, it was maybe a week ago. I followed the tutorial and learned React while creating the Apple inventory management system.
So is the
So-
tutorial about React or about Strapi or React and Strapi?
Oh, it was about React and Strapi. And I think I forgot my password. So this one, the Alex created 2 tutorials. So he didn't create the entire this tutorial. Actually, it was just black and white. I mean, without the UI and just the functional part. And this one, the file upload. The file upload section was in another his videos, but I tried to combine the uh, the the product, the inventory system with this file upload system in one project. So yeah, I learned something else, not just following his tutorial.
Okay, very good.
Here, thank you very much, sir.
So before you started this internship, you did not know about REST API?
Sure.
Okay. So now you know what is REST API and can use it in an application.
Hopefully I can.
Yeah. Well, that
I'm
application is already done, right? It uses REST API, so I think you already use REST API there, right?
Yes, it does. It uses the REST API, but hopefully I can use not GraphQL on another simple project first. And yeah, I hope personally I can build a full stack website. Yeah, just a system which uses GraphQL. I forgot what to show. Oh, the user. So back to the part where I created this login. Yeah. Initially, so Strapi do not have any user. Didn't have any user, and I created a user named Mark and Polo, both of them, by using the GraphQL query in Strapi GraphQL Playground. So here, just want to copy this. Get rid of DuckDuckGo. I will just change the GraphQL Playground, and here we have like HTTP headers, and in this, I forgot. It was quite long. Yeah, I put that here, so as identifier very similar to REST API when I used Postman previously. It was quite long time ago. So in Postman, I just needed the identifier and password, and the identifier can be either the email address and or a username, but I tried to use the email and just filled in the station here. But I think I'm not going to run it because I already have the user. So just to.
You mean you already have the token, the JW token?
No, I mean I have created the user. So here is when I.
Oh, you create the user, okay.
Yeah, when I created the user, but I just want to show that here on the HTTP header, I just click.
So when you run this using GraphQL, do you need the password, or you can use a token there? Because it seems that you need to use a password.
I need
So
to use
I think it's a different one, right? This is for login. And how about for create user? Can you show me the create user query again? Because this one is
oh yeah,
for
it
login, right?
was
So it
different.
is,
I'm
yeah.
sorry.
So
This
I think
is for creating user.
for login is just to get the token, right?
Oh, yes, I'm mistaken. I'm sorry.
Mhm.
So,
So can you show me the first step of login? Is it working? I think you can run it again, no problem, right? Just for the login part.
okay. I'm not sure, but okay, I just want to run this.
So is it in query variables or in HTTP headers? Because the one below, I think
Input.
it's on the variables that you put. Are those in HTTP or in query variables?
Oh, I'm sorry. I think it was in query variable. So I'll just try to run it.
Okay, that's good.
Here I have the token, but I still have not explored deeply about how to use this token and then create create an entry here, because this is the main collection type that I'm using.
Okay. I think it's
So I
like
have
this the same thing as the create user. You already have a query for create user, right?
yes sir,
Mm.
in the photo, yeah.
Okay. So I think based on this token, then you can like do query, add, insert, delete, update, and so on. Okay, that's good.
Thank you sir.
So,
I'll try.
but I think in the mutation you have autocomplete, right? You can like control space on there.
Here?
Yeah, try to control space in there.
It
Is there
doesn't
anything?
show any
Doesn't show
suggestion.
anything? Really? How about inside the query? Is there?
Here?
Yeah. Can you have like? Oh yeah. So it's in there.
Just to
Okay.
no.
But I think there is also documentation, right? Yeah. I mean
Yeah,
the
here.
also documentation on the mutations. Can you scroll below? I think there are mutations too, right? Oh yeah.
Create ID
So all
card
of the
repository.
okay. So I would say that. So you think that the REST API is easier to use than GraphQL?
Honestly, I was about to talk about that in this section, compare my
Okay.
experience.
Okay.
It's okay, no problem. But
Okay. Skip it. Skip first. Just do what you plan to do.
oh no. Yeah. So yeah, I think I will do this next.
Okay.
Authenticate, and I will try to create, read, update, and delete. However, I faced an issue. I faced an issue on create CRUD operation on media date time and datetime
Okay.
fields
Okay.
in using GraphQL API. So because it has some subfields inside the field. For example, if I try to if I try here if I try to not this one uh, input data. uh, sorry, where it is? Sorry, I have a bit forgotten. So yeah, it has, this one, the face photo. It has underscore ID created at and etc. Some subfields that I have to fill, and if I skip this subfields, it will not run. And
Okay.
yeah, because I don't know the underscore ID and created at and etc. When I try to create when I try to create or to just even retrieve the data, I just care about like, so my occupation is, for example, a developer. I have no marriage. So I'm single. My religion is blah blah blah, and yeah, just like that. And I have no idea about this. And of course, the URL in the media library here, I have no idea about that. So I'm still confused about that. But yeah, I still try to manage that. But do you have any suggestion related to the issue?
Okay. So I think we will discuss that again on the next week, after next week. Okay. So we can skip that for now. Okay. I have another to do for you that I want you to do before that, because this is
Okay,
already
sir.
very good. Okay. So this is already very
Thank
good.
you.
So basically, you know how to create and edit, delete, and also list or get an information from GraphQL, but not yet for these specific fields, right? Media, date, and date time. But
Oh yeah,
everything else is
sure.
okay, right? Like string, number, and so on, they are good, right? So I think that's good. So it's just like, I think there's a more complex way to deal with media, but I think we can do that later.
Okay, sir. Thank you. So that was my issue. And then to-do list, I have to enable the GraphQL and demonstrate the authenticated for next week. And with authentication and authorization as it. So here on role and permission. Oh, I have deleted. Oh, okay. Yeah, it must be restricted. I mean, which users can upload, create, yeah, update. I will try to manage the authorization, of course. And for this one, hopefully I can make uh, another a simple practice, but I cannot promise, of course, and I still do not have idea how to implement this. I mean, what project do I have to create to implement GraphQL? Actually, yeah, I can implement. Yeah, GraphQL can be enabled, can be implemented, for example, in this system. But yeah, to conclude, it is to complete this task. I think it is better. It is a good way to maybe create another project, but I don't know. But I will still try to read some references that I might have idea that might give me a good idea to compare this. So that is all from me. Thank you.
Okay, so okay, about the comparison, I don't think that you need to create a project to compare, because just by the same project, you can access that same project using REST API and using GraphQL, right? You can access it using
Okay.
Postman, and also you can access it using GraphQL Playground. And did you know that actually Postman supports GraphQL also?
Uh, sure, but it has beta version, right?
Yeah, it's beta. Yeah, but based on that, then you know that Postman is actually moving towards a full integration with GraphQL also. So that's what I want you to compare on, like about how querying, which one do you think is easier, and what is the the better one? I mean, which parts that you think REST API is better, and which part do you think GraphQL is better? For example, when you open the GraphQL Playground, right? You can open it now. Try to open GraphQL Playground, and there is a documentation right on the right, and there's also autocomplete. This is there any such thing in REST API by default? Yeah, in
Yeah, REST.
Postman. Yeah, in Postman, when you input the data body and something, do Postman give you help on the fields that is required?
Not at all.
No, not at all, right? So, but in GraphQL, you have this documentation and there is some help in autocomplete, yeah. So I think these are, yeah, it's one of the things that makes REST API and GraphQL different. I think just making
Okay.
comparisons like that is a good way, yeah. So you can report that on your blog post and also your video. Which one do you think is better for some specific task? Okay. For example, when you develop your inventory management application, you use REST API, right? Not GraphQL. So
Yeah,
that
yes, sir.
there must be a reason, right? There must be a reason that maybe you think that there is a lot more tutorial on REST API, so it's easier to get started. Maybe that's one reason. Okay.
Actually, it is.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, just I've heard that maybe above 90% of web service used currently. I mean, it uses REST API instead of GraphQL, because GraphQL was invented or maybe published in 2015, so it's still new. Maybe yeah, it's still younger than REST API. So there are a lot of tutorials about REST API, of course. Yeah, to be honest, it is more maybe familiar, but talking about the easiness, yeah, how easy it is, I think, yeah, I still have to dig deeper, and I cannot tell more about that,
Okay.
as I have not compared deeply.
Okay, but don't like overthink it, yeah. So you can compare based on your experience so far. So just so that it's like an initial comparison. So you can think of it like a comparison version 1, and maybe after you get to know again with more projects and so on, you get a deeper understanding, and then you can create another or comparison next time. So I think that you should still write or make a video on this comparison. At least if you are not I think that you are not confident, right, about the comparison.
Sure.
Yeah, but it's okay. It's okay. Just like initial impression. Okay. Can you know about the? Have you ever watched a video of gadget review on YouTube?
I don't remember, but I'm sure I do not watch it often.
Okay, but okay, can you agree that usually what they do is that when they have like a gadget, maybe like a smartphone, and they only just have it like the first time, it's like just unboxing, okay, just unboxing, and they say, okay, this is the hardware and blah blah blah, and they have not used it, right? Because it's just they just use for several minutes, and then they publish that as initial impression review on YouTube. And then after they have used for maybe like 1 week or 1 month, and then they create another review. Okay, it's like, okay, I have used this phone for 1 month, and now I can give you a more full review. Okay.
Yeah, I got that. I got it. I know that because yeah, sometimes what people feel about a single thing, including yeah, it can be software, it can be a gadget, it can be specific hardware, and yeah, it can be different when a person uses it for long time and just for a short time. And yeah, just initial comparison is still needed. I think so.
Okay, so is it okay if you write and publish your initial comparison first?
Sure, sir.
Okay, so that's okay. You don't have to be like complete or deep or anything. Yeah, just initial. Okay, just initial. No, not too much expectation. Yeah. Okay, and okay, so I would say that the next all the issues from you is done, right? So I can and design mobile. Okay.
Oh. How can I make this you know, box?
Right click on it, or
Right
click
click.
the turn into to-do list.
Turn to list. Okay. Oh, thank you. I think I'm more comfortable separating this because it might be one of the main topics. May I delete this?
Okay.
So
actually you can just drag it. You can drag it out.
Oh.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's okay. And one more is about okay, rename, yeah. Okay. It's still not there. Can you try refreshing the page, because I have added something but it's not there yet. Sometimes it's, and I would say it should be rename. And the condition type into ID card verification. Okay.
To-do list.
Okay. So now previously the name is ID card repository, right? So please rename that to ID card verification, because repository is the same as collection, right? You don't have to put that into the name of the collection. So please rename the collection. I don't know if it's possible in Strapi to rename the collection. If it's not possible, then
I will recreate another.
yeah. Okay, I think
Yeah,
it's
I'll
possible.
try to do it later.
Okay. But maybe you can try to go to content type management there. And okay, content type builder. Can you
Content type
like
builder
rename it there? Can you
here.
like edit that?
I think I can.
Okay, that's nice. You can simply rename it.
ID card verification, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
Verification.
Verification. Yes, finish.
Yep, that's nice. Although I'm not sure if the data will still be there if they are just like renaming the specification, but they leave the table. So if they do not rename the table, then maybe the data will be gone because they are creating a new table.
Oh, it's still there.
That's nice then.
Fantastic.
Okay. So I think you can check that out then because it's already done.
Oh, may I add another?
Okay, sure.
Just a little bit. Strapi Indonesia.
No, that's nice.
No, I was struggling to find Strapi Indonesia, and I was quite shy to ask, does anyone use Strapi here in IT Indonesia or ReactJS Indonesia? So, but so there is a channel called JavaScript Indonesia channel, and it gave a link to tutorial about Strapi and ReactJS. And I think I saw on the YouTube that yesterday in Free Code Camp channel they actually a repost of how to create a a portfolio website using Gatsby.js, which is a framework of React.js combined with Strapi. So I think we need to I need to have this. Hopefully everyone will join. Yeah, just a little thing.
Okay, so have you contacted Strapi community for that?
I still haven't, but hopefully I can and make
yeah, I
big
think
community.
put that on the to-do list. Contact the Strapi community, and because Strapi has a community, right? Maybe mailing list or
But
something.
they have community in other countries such as, of course, Paris, San Francisco,
Yeah.
Tokyo, and yeah, they still don't have in Southeast Asia.
So that's what I'm telling you. Contact the Strapi community and ask them if they have a page on the Strapi website where you can list Strapi Indonesia Telegram group, okay, in the Strapi website. So when somebody is looking for it, then it will make it easier, right, for other Indonesians who are using Strapi to find your Telegram group.
Hopefully so, and
yeah,
hopefully.
I think they will be. I would think they will be very happy, yeah, if there is someone who is nurturing a community of Strapi developers in Indonesia. That will be, of course, that would be helpful, okay, to grow the community of Strapi developers, because I think there are a lot of people who are using Strapi around the world. Okay, I think so. Yeah. Do you think there are lots of Strapi users? Have you taken a look at the.
Of course, because if I look at Strapi.io, just a little bit. It doesn't take long time, so they have many stars on GitHub, which is more than 26,000. It's take here star. I cannot access. Here it is, 26.7K currently here. They started, and I think. I recently saw on YouTube that there is a tutorial of ReactJS MongoDB. Actually, not a tutorial, but I can say a show. And the creator of the channel, I think, is an Indonesian. So the community will, the community has the potential to grow large.
Okay. And I think just after when we started using Strapi, it was still in beta version, right? So they are just releasing the stable version. Okay. So I wish you good luck on the Strapi community. That would be very good. I think with your help, Strapi Indonesia community will be growing. Yeah, will be growing.
I mean,
yeah, and maybe also start a Strapi community on your campus. I don't know if anyone else in your campus already knows Strapi, and maybe when you introduce Strapi to them, maybe they will like it. Maybe, yeah.
I hope so.
Because I think it's quite relatively easy to get started with Strapi on the first time, and yeah, you can already play with it without even knowing JavaScript, right? You still need to install Node.js
Node.
and either using npx or yarn, but after that you can get started quickly even without knowing JavaScript. Although if you know JavaScript, then as you already proven, you can create a application using React and so on. Right. So I like that. That's good. That's very good progress.
Thank you, sir.
Okay. So what I want to discuss is for your next task is instead of doing more on GraphQL, so I would say I would put this on top. So because first you wanted to intern on backend, right? But you already created a front end actually with your inventory management system. So are you interested to also try to make a front end for this?
Yeah, sure. I'm interested. Yeah, extremely. But I think I still use TypeScript. I was about to say what is, but okay, I will try to learn TypeScript because I have not used. So when creating an application in React Native and this inventory system, I use JavaScript, and although I know that how to create with TypeScript, I mean it is stated in its official website, but to create the web, yeah, I still have to learn deeper about the TypeScript because I think I'm sure that it is a bit different to JavaScript.
Okay,
and design.
But don't worry. As usual, if there is any problem with this, you can ask me. Non-mobile. Okay. So let's see how to create that. Create React app.
Sir, may I ask you
Okay.
something.
Okay.
So it is okay. This is this is recorded, but
Okay.
I saw.
Okay. So I already you can see there how to create a React app with TypeScript,
Oh, here.
and please also use Yarn, yeah. Yarn and
Okay.
TypeScript, and then the anti-sign and uses anti-sign mobile. Have you do you know anti-sign mobile? There's a link there.
I was trying to use this when creating React Native app, but yeah, I moved to native base, I think.
Okay.
But I will trying to learn this.
Okay,
This.
but this is not for React Native here. This is for React. This one is
for React. I'm sorry.
yeah, because
Which one?
there is N design mobile, and then there is N design mobile for React Native. So I have to clarify this
different.
It's different because N design is the design, right? And then for the design there is implementation. There is N design for React Web. N design for React Web is just responsive, but it is not designed for mobile first. So and so this is okay. So N design mobile of React, right? So this is just React. It doesn't have anything to do with Android or iOS. No, it's just plain and the components here is not too many. You can see that there's a components here on the left. You can try to find a demo. Try to find on the left, like button or checkbox. Try it. So this is N design mobile. As you can see that this is still just web, but it's designed for mobile first. So the components are not as many as the actual N design. Okay, I will show you the difference after this one. Okay, you can go to the Notion again, where you can click the link and design mobile if you want to compare with N-Design. Yeah, the one below N-Design.
Oh, here. Okay.
Yep. So there is N-Design and there is N-Design mobile. N-Design mobile for React and N-Design mobile for React Native. So these are different. Okay. Okay. Try getting started. And yeah, get a little bit of careful. And I think you can go to the menu on top for the components.
Menu on top here.
Yeah, components. So I would prefer if you just use the N-Design mobile, not N-Design. Okay. But sometimes there are components that is not available in N-Design mobile, so it's possible to make these two. Okay. Again, this is N-Design mobile, yeah, not the React Native one. Okay. The React Native one is on the other menu, right? Okay, so try to go to components on the N-Design. Not the mobile one. The components in N-Design. Go to N-Design tab. Yeah, that one, and then try to click a button.
Button.
Yeah. I think there should be a demo there. Okay, so this is a demo. So can you see the difference? So it's still N-Design, but then there is N-Design mobile, and the buttons and the layout is a little bit different, yeah.
Oh, here.
Yeah. So these are two different components, two different frameworks. It's not the same. And they are
same.
React. They are both for React. So usually N-Design is for like when you create a dashboard or something that's usually like desktop, yeah. N-Design is good for this, but it can also be used for responsive one. So You can start with the design for the desktop, and then it can be responsive to mobile. But for the mobile end design, it's it really is focused for mobile. Although, of course, a desktop browser can also open this application. But for me, I prefer using InDesign Mobile because like 90% of our users use mobile to access it. Okay, so that's like the vast majority. So that means the UI it needs to be mobile friendly first, and then for the 5% who accesses using desktop, then it's okay. They can access it, but the priority is for the mobile users first. Okay. So any question?
Okay.
From for now?
No, maybe nothing, but yes, okay. I'll try to. Yes.
Okay. So now let's try to create this. Yeah. Okay. What should be the project name? Okay. So now please create this project first. On the create React app dev, adding TypeScript. You can run that using the, yep. And the name would be ID card PWA. I put it on the chat.
Oh.
On Zoom chat.
On the chat, Zoom chat. ID card PWA, okay.
Okay. This app will be integrated into the main app later, but okay, for this project, I think for Q3 2020, yeah, just make this app working on this project. So it will use GraphQL. Yeah. Wait, okay.
GraphQL.
Use GraphQL with Apollo. Yes. Okay, but I think you can play with InDesign first. All right. So this would be your primary task or to do for next week. So try to create a front-end project where a user, when they get into this, they can create. I think first they need to log in first, yeah. First they need to log in because they will need to get the JWT token, right? Yeah. So they first need to log in, and after logging in, they get the JWT token, and after getting the JWT token, they can then upload ID card and also the selfie one. There will be like, yeah, there will be 2 photos. You can use, okay, I think for uploading media, you can use Axios with REST API. Okay. Okay, I think it's generally for everything you can use GraphQL with Apollo client library, but maybe just for the media, use the Axios. But or maybe we can discuss that next week, yeah, for uploading media. Discuss next week how to upload media, whether using GraphQL is possible or need to use REST API. Okay. But first, you need to get the UI done first, right? So you need to be able to log in. Okay, first, I think login can be done using GraphQL, right? I log in first to get JLAUT. Okay, I think that's it.
How to upload media GraphQL? Oh.
Okay, so I think the first one will be not to upload, but user can input
Pardon me?
details about him or himself. Okay. Okay. So even if the user is not able to upload media yet, user can input details like her name, his name, and something. Okay.
Hello?
Hello, hello. Can you hear me? Hello?
Okay.
Hello?
Yes, I can hear.
Okay. So I'll repeat. So even without we can upload the media, then user can input details about him or herself. Okay. So you can input like name, birth date, and so on, and then submit. Okay. And media, we will discuss it later after you get done the initial front end. Okay. So what do you think? Is it clear yet?
It is, yes, it is clear.
Okay. That's nice. And I think, yeah, the next one is discussed next week on uploading, pushing to GitLab repository. Right? Okay, so that will be next week. So this just, have you ever heard of Apollo client before? I think I should make that. Yeah.
Just heard, but I have no idea about that.
Okay, so yeah, so this will be like Apollo client 3. Apollo client 3. So Apollo client 3 is still in beta, but I think it should be easier, and it's the future anyway. So you can, okay, that one, and switch to the beta docs because this is the Apollo client for 2.6. Please use the Apollo client 3. Yeah. So I think even if you do not get it done by next week, I would say the first one is get the UI working with End Mobile. Okay, if you can get that done, that will be very good. And if you have any problems with InDesign or InDesign Mobile or TypeScript, just let me know. Okay.
Okay.
Because it's very easy actually. Do I have an example? I think I do have an example. Yeah. I think I do have an example. Let me share this to you so you can know how it actually works. Yep. Okay. So this is an example of a React app with TypeScript and also with InDesign Mobile. Okay, and you can try to right click and use the mobile view so you know how it looks like with a mobile device. Okay, you can right click and inspect, and then you will be able to make them, and click on the mobile view. I think it's on the right side, above.
Here.
Yeah, that one. Okay, so that's the mobile view.
Wow.
And okay. Right. Okay, so there it is. So that's one thing.
Cool.
So yeah, so basically you make something like this, but instead of the form, yeah, I think the email, no, not email, it's like name, birth date, and so on, and then upload for selfie, and also upload for the, I think for the ID card first, and then the selfie with the ID card. So there are two images that needs to be uploaded, and then submit. That's it. And when the user click submit, then you should create a new document on Strapi, right? If that's done, then that's great. So basically something like that. Okay, any question about this one?
Nothing.
Okay, and I have also shared you that project on GitLab. Okay, so
Here, github.com.
okay. Okay, you can go inside and open README and run yarn. You can also open that in Visual Studio Code to see how it's.
Oh.
I think you need to do yarn first.
Yarn install?
No, yeah, just yarn, just yarn. Okay, this will take some time. So yeah, yarn and yarn install is the same thing. If you just run yarn, it runs yarn install. Okay, I think this will take a long time, depending on the connection. So we can conclude this meeting. Just let me know if you have any problems with this. You can open that in Visual Studio Code, and I think I made a README. Can you open this project in Visual Studio Code?
The same as marketing-kit.lovia.live/account/close. So it is displaying successfully. Thank you very much. So sir, may I continue to rating, or is there something that I should add?
Yeah, you can hear me, right? So please check chat.
Hopefully, okay. Thank you very much. I have given the today's meeting rating. And okay, so I think we have come to end. And may I close this meeting, or?
Okay.
Okay, so I will close this meeting. Thank you very much for today. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank you, sir.